Hi there, welcome back to the SEO Bootcamp by Moz Academy. This is the Reporting on SEO course. And in this lesson, we'll be working on the reporting worksheet specifically on conversion metrics. Now, conversion metrics on your SEO worksheet start on row 46. So we'll be starting off there. Now, if there's only one metric that I should be reporting, what would it be? Well, it would be conversions. That's what is related to the bottom line of your business. And an even better answer would be knowing the value of conversions. And for some businesses, it's very difficult to create value or a dollar amount from a conversion. So an example of a conversion might be a form submission. And let's say that 10% of form submissions turn into customers. Well, you can take your average customer dollar value, multiply it by 10%, and you've got the value of a conversion. Now, we're going to start off the conversion section with a couple of leading indicators, specifically page depth and session duration. So you'll go into your Google Analytics account, and over here on the left, in this left-hand menu, you'll click on Acquisition. And under Acquisition, click on All Traffic, and then click on Channels. So we're in the Channels report. And in this report, we are going to look at the organic search line. Now, in the organic search line, you'll want to navigate over to the behavior section. And you'll see a couple of columns under the behavior section. The metrics that you'll want to pay close attention to here are the pages per session and the average session duration, specifically for organic search. Pages per session is the average number of pages viewed during a session on your website. And you're going to take the organic search pages per session and enter that metric in your worksheet in row 48. So if you're working on your baseline, you'll enter it in B48. You'll also take that average session duration, also for organic search, and enter that in your worksheet in row 53. And again, if you're working on your baseline, that would be B53. Now, the average session duration is the average length of a visitor's session. These two metrics, page depth and session duration, these are good indicators. These are quality indicators, which are extremely important to Google. So you want to see these two metrics increase. Google has made it very clear that they're looking for indications of quality on your site. And visiting multiple pages and staying on the pages for a longer amount of time is definitely an indication of quality content. So those are two metrics to start off with, and if people are consuming a lot of your content, they're on the path to a conversion. Next, we're going to talk about goal completions and revenue. So in that same screen, so that's Acquisition, and you'll click on All Traffic Channels, we're going to go over to that right section, Conversions. Now, in this screenshot, there aren't conversions set up, but you can see that there's a few columns here under the conversions section, the conversions rate, the goal completions, and the goal value. So we can see how many goal completions have we had, what's the value of those goal completions. In other words, how much value is the organic channel actually delivering? And again, we're going to look at that organic search line. So in the organic search line, you'll see goal completions. That is defined as when a visitor comes to your site and performs an action that you've defined as a goal. Analytics will record that as a goal completion. So you'll take the organic search goal completions and enter that in your SEO worksheet in row 62. So in other words, if you are setting your baseline, that would be B62. Another metric to enter is your goal value. So when you set up a goal, you have the option of assigning a monetary amount to that completion. And so this goal value then adds up those completions. So you'll take that organic search goal value and enter that in your worksheet in row 67. And if you're setting a baseline, that would be B67. Now, B73 is a calculation. So what we see here is row 73 takes the total goal revenue and divides it by the goal completions to get the average value per conversion. So this row 73 is actually a calculation that you will not need to fill in. Now, these three metrics, organic goal completions, organic channel revenue, and average value per conversion, if you have multiple goals or multiple conversions on your site, let's say you have a form submission, you have a purchase, etc., you have multiple ways people can convert, you'll need to repeat these three rows for each goal that you set. Okay. Last, we want to take a look at bottom of funnel search visibility. Now, you'll remember that bottom of funnel keywords are pages that you're targeting that are closest to the purchase. So you're targeting keywords that are usually those high volume, high value keywords. The pages are typically like product pages, whatever page is closest to a purchase. They're usually your very high value pages. The customer might be able to look at specs of a product or compare prices, things like that. In that matrix that you set up, it's these keywords in that bottom of funnel. So in your Moz Pro campaign, you'll label those keywords as bottom of funnel, and then you'll filter by that label and get that label's search visibility. Once you get that label's search visibility, back in your worksheet, you'll enter that into row 58, or if you're setting a baseline, B58. So let's talk a little bit about creating goals. To create a goal in Google Analytics, you'll start off by going to the admin panel by clicking on that gear on the lower left-hand side of your screen. When you get to the admin panel, under View, you'll click on Goals. And this is where you can set up some custom goals. So you'll start with setting up a custom goal and name it. So you'll enter the description such as contact form submission. Now, when you get to the goal details, I strongly recommend that you put in some sort of dollar value. Even if you're unsure what the dollar value is, maybe you're working on SEO for a site for a client, or maybe you're working in-house and you don't have a real clear handle on what that value is, and you can't seem to get a straight answer or find the answer anywhere, I would say just guess. Because if it's wrong, someone will correct you, and then you'll at least have a ballpark. But one of the most important questions you can ask from the very beginning is, what is the monetary value of a new qualified lead? And that way you have that information from the very beginning. So whether it be asking a client that you're working on SEO for, or asking your boss, if you're working in-house, whatever your situation may be, knowing the answer to this question can really help from the very beginning when it comes to setting up those goals in Google Analytics. Now, along with setting up goals, there's also Google Tag Manager, which is a very handy tool. Now, for those of us who are SEOs or digital marketers, we work closely with web developers. And web developers' resources and time are very limited. Their time is spread thin, and it can be difficult to really get the web developer to do everything because they've already got a huge to-do list. So asking them to do every little thing on the website can be ineffective. This tool allows you to place your code snippets, such as Google Analytics triggers, banner ads, ad roll, any goal completion code snippets. It allows you to place all those snippets into one container and then set parameters. So if I have these different codes, like a Google Analytics snippet, conversion tracking, remarketing, things like that, they go on different pages, different places on different pages. And so asking the web developer to do this over and over is kind of a useless task. It's not useless, but it really takes up a lot of their time. And so this is the old way. Now, the new way is to use Google Tag Manager. You can take all those snippets, put them into this container, or the Google Tag Manager, fill it up with a bunch of snippets, and then the web developer can put the container on all of your pages, and then you can define and set up the rules when you want them to be implemented, when you want to fire them, and when not. You don't have to keep going back to your web developer for every little change and modification that you want to make with those snippets. So this is going to save you a lot of time with your reporting metrics. Now, if you'd like to learn more about Google Tag Manager, Google, of course, offers various videos and guides on how to use this tool. So this is how you set up and report your conversion metrics. Thank you.